Welcome to the channel, guys. Today we're going to do my weekly rotation for week number 3, so stay tuned. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate it a lot. So on Wednesday I wore Velvet by Commodity again. I am planning on doing a full review of this one, and I did want to give it another wearing. So this one is unfortunately from the now discontinued in North America Commodity. But this is actually a pretty nice fragrance for probably, I think, a little bit colder weather. If you like rose fragrances, this has a very nice velvety rose in the opening. And it does have some similarities to By the Fireplace, so I do get a bit of that sort of charcoaly burning fireplace aspects with this fragrance. I mean, overall, I do think it's a nice fragrance, but I think you also have to really like rose to like this fragrance, otherwise you probably will be a little bit off-put by it. But you know what, it is nice, and if you like that kind of thing, if you find it, it's probably on discount now. So that's what I wore on Wednesday. And on Thursday I wore Elysium by Roja Dove. This is probably the fragrance that really made me like vetiver. Up until the point that I first smelled this one, I actually really disliked vetiver as a note, but this one comes across so fresh, and the vetiver aspect is so fresh that it's very, very enjoyable. This is a real mass pleaser. The real problem I have with this one is that I don't get very great performance. I mean, it does last a long time, but it's basically a very close skin scent after just about an hour. So usually I wear something like Zion from Alexandria Fragrances or Utopia by Genre Parfums, which are both clones, but do for me get a little bit better performance. But nonetheless, I actually was going out and I wanted something a little bit more, I guess something that made me feel a little bit more elegant or classy, because it is indeed the original. And it's really great. It's just a great fragrance, very fresh, very mass appealing, and also great for the warmer weather. Now on Friday I wore Dolce & Gabbana The One Grey. I do love the original The One. It's still sort of my go-to fragrance if I'm going out on a date or some kind of a special night like that. I just think the tobacco note in this one is really timeless. It's almost like, you know, walking into a cigar shop. So I did get a sample of the One Grey, and of course I'm trying it out. I might do a full review on this one in the future. I mean, it really is kind of a more summery, lighter version. It has some more citruses in it and things like that. So it's kind of like the same DNA. It's very clearly the same DNA, in fact. But it is lighter. It is something that's maybe a little more suitable for the warmer weather. And all in all, it is nice. I mean, would I buy this since I already owned the one? Maybe not. But I'm going to give it a few more wearings and see what I think. On Saturday, I wore Mugler Cologne by Thierry Mugler. And I must say, I actually just recently smelled this one for the first time, and I really love it. Apparently, the sort of whole idea was that Thierry Mugler had smelled, you know, an Irish soap bar and wanted to create that scent profile in a fragrance. And really, that's kind of what you get here. You get this really great, fresh, soapy fragrance that just comes across clean, very easy to wear, very inoffensive, and of course, really, really great for the summer. So that is what I wore on Saturday. On Sunday, I went out and played kickball as I usually do, and being out in the field, out in the grassiness, I wanted to wear something that kind of reflected that outdoorsy feel. And I wore English Oak and Hazelnut by Jo Malone. Out of the fragrances that I have tried by Jo Malone, this is my favorite so far. I really like the fact that it's really intensely woody. It's very, very woody. It's a very simple fragrance. I did do a full review on this one, and I like the simplicity. It comes off very green in the opening with a very green type of hazelnut, and then dries down into a very strong woody fragrance. And I do enjoy that. I enjoy the simplicity, and I like the woodsiness. So I felt like it was a nice one to be outdoors with. The weather was pretty nice outside as well. So having a nice woody outdoor fragrance, I think really worked with the mood of the day. And I do enjoy that one a lot. I think the only problem is I don't get the best performance with that one. but it does have some nice sillage for a few hours, and it does last around 5 or 6 hours, I believe, on my skin whenever I've worn it recently. On Monday, I went for something fresh and clean, and this is one I do like wearing in the warmer weathers. It also, I think, makes a really great office fragrance, and that is Galloway by Parfums de Marly. It's such a great citrus musk that has this added dimension with pepper in it. I do really like it a lot, and I think it's one that's very clean and professional and classy smelling, so it's easy to wear in most situations. It's fairly versatile, especially in the warmer weather. I don't know that I'd wear this in the cold weather unless, of course, you were indoors or I really feel like wearing it kind of thing. And those citruses work really, really well with the musk. And I do also like the peppery kick that it offers. So that is what I wore on Monday, Parfums de Marly Galloway. And on Tuesday, I really wanted to sort of visit a fragrance that I haven't worn in a while. And I do want to do a full review on this one, and that is Acqua di Gio Profumo. Of course, this one has been talked about a lot. I mean, I really, really enjoy how this one gives me this aspect of a sea, like just a nice sea breeze, really. I mean, I get these sort of, and I think it's maybe a little bit from the patchouli and the incense blending together with the sea notes. I get this kind of salty seawater aspect with a sort of darker, a bit of earthiness as well. Like, not very, very dark, but it's certainly not, to me anyways, as bright as the original. It is a little bit darker, a little bit more intense with the incense, and I really like that salted seawater accord that, to me, is a little bit more reminiscent of the ocean than the original. I guess it to me just rings a little truer of that sort of fresh salt water vibe that you do get at the beach. And I really enjoy that one. It's got great performance as well, very versatile fragrance, very mass appealing. It's a great choice. It's a great fragrance. So anyways, guys, that's what I wore this week. What were your fragrances for this week? Let me know in a comment down below. And as always, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.